Okay, guys, welcome to Talking News. I'm going to try to record this. I have this plane that's flying low near me, and the pilot, he was waving, and he's being a jerk. I'm trying to record, and I can't. You know what? Hang on. I'm going to see if I can record him for you. Okay, there he is there. He moved over some this time, and he's climbing up. But yeah, he was being a jerk. He's flying kind of low. I think it's because of the lightning. Anyways, back to the story. So, Christa Mahoney, I hope I said that right, was last seen January 26 after having eaten lunch with her dog Buddy at a downtown San Francisco restaurant at John's Grill. But they found her body floating in the San Francisco Bay. And they identified it to be that of Christa Mahoney, the 37-year-old that was missing with her dog. They also found her dog Buddy that same day and handed it over, where they handed the dog over to San Francisco Animal Care and Control after he was found wandering alone near the Union Square, 2 blocks away from the restaurant. Investigators also found Mahoney's wallet and phone in San Francisco Municipal Railway line. So in that area somewhere. I'm not familiar with that area. In the days before she went missing, Christa's friend says that she was having a mental health issues due to health problems. They also said it was very unusual that she would leave her dog unattended, which we'll talk about later on. It doesn't make sense of what they end up saying what was, the cause of her death. On Thursday, this is an older article, guys. Christa's friend, Paula Likens, described her as a woman with a lot of energy, but said that after she was recently diagnosed with pancreatic disease, things changed. Likens says she went from someone who had a lot of purpose in her life and got up every day to go to work, and then went into a spiraling decline very quickly. Likens says she went from someone who had a purpose in her life, got up every day for work, and then went into a decline very quickly. So Christa's friend said that she worked at a restaurant and also had a dog walking business. She started walking less and less because she was dealing with tremendous amount of pain. According to Johnny, a manager at John's Grill, the staff said Christa seemed a little shaky in the hours before she went missing, but said nothing else seemed out of ordinary. John's Grill announced last week it was offering a $5,000 reward for any information leading to her safe return. Isn't that sweet, guys? Y'all make sure if you're in that area, you go check out John's Grill. I hear they have amazing food anyways. And Sergeant Ron Harrison with the Daly City Police said last week that the investigators didn't suspect foul play. This makes me angry, guys, and I'll tell you why. San Francisco police said officers recovered the body from the water last Friday, but didn't specify where exactly. He also said at the time foul play was not suspected, which they said twice for some reason. But okay, guys, so just because she's suffering from depression does not mean that she's going to kill herself. Just because you have a mental illness, it doesn't mean you're going to kill yourself. And we're dealing with a lot of stories like this where women, they suffer from depression. There's been several women found that have been drowned in water, like a lake, like Vesla Watkins. They're saying there's no foul play, but a lot of us believe that is not true. They said that she suffered from depression, but she's very successful. She was very, she was doing everything she was supposed to do. They found her floating with a life vest. There's no way that she drowned herself. And here we have another girl who went with her dog. I'm pretty certain if she is going to kill herself, she would not bring something she loved with her like that. Because when she's gone, the dog is going to be left there alone with nobody. That makes no sense. Anyways, she says, I hope that the police find out what happened, because tomorrow it could be a child or a sister or a mother, like it says. I would like to have her death mean something. It is tragic as it is that people become more aware of the need to care for those who have mental illness. And she's saying it's a mental illness that caused it, but no, I really feel strongly this is not what happened with this one. So an example, that's like saying if you're standing in a room of people holding a butter knife, I'm gonna have to do it nicer, and they found that somebody snuck and buttered a bread, you gonna blame everybody with a butter knife? This makes no sense to me. So it looks like her puppy is being cared for by one of her former partners, and that's according to her friend. So that's good. But I wanted to get the story out there so that we can make sure that we are aware of what's going on, and that police are kind of finding the quick reason to close cases out. I don't believe this was a suicide. And the reason why I did this video was to put it on record, to get it out there, and to let people know, especially women, to be aware of your surroundings. Check out, always be aware. Don't trust anybody. And, I've mentioned before, there are a lot of people who get abducted. It's through somebody that's pretending that they're hurt or they're in need in some way. They'll even act like their arm is broke, lead you to a van. You help them carry their bags or something from the grocery store, and then they shove you in the van. Then what? So, as kind-hearted as you are, you also need to be more aware and more cautious when you approach people. You need to have protection, have pepper spray in your hand. I'm not saying don't trust anybody ever again, because what a horrible world that would be. But then again, it's getting bad. But anyways, I just want you guys to be safe. I want you to see what's going on, and hopefully we can prevent other women from having this happen to them. And of course, they're saying this is a suicide. I'm not saying it is a suicide. I'm not going to call it anything, but I am going to call it, they are not looking into these things good enough, in my opinion. I really think that cases like this should give the deceased the benefit of the doubt that they really wouldn't do this to themselves. Just because, gosh, most every woman, a lot of people. Okay, here are some facts for you guys. So 300 million people around the world have depression, according to the World Health Organization. 16.2 million adults in the United States, equaling 6.7%, and all adults in the country have experienced a major depressive episode in the past year. 10.3 million U.S. adults experienced an episode that resulted in a severe impairment in the past year. Nearly 50% of all people diagnosed with depression are also diagnosed with anxiety disorder. And if you're watching this video, most likely you've experienced some sort of anxiety or depression yourself. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It just means you're human. That is something humans face a lot. And saying that women, just because they have a depression disorder or, anxiety disorder, that when they find them floating in a river, that it's most likely suicide, it pisses me off. Anyways, guys, I wanted to make, women aware of this. Hopefully young women will see this as well, and take better caution in your life. Protect yourself, and I'm sending you good wishes, guys. I hope that you're not suffering from depression, and if you are, make sure you let somebody know, and make sure you make an appointment with at least a family physician, guys. And you can't get past it. It doesn't last forever. I promise you that. It can come and go, but it never lasts forever. So, I want to say thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys soon.